Today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy Christmas garland. Now you could put this over your fireplace or on a windowsill, above a bookcase maybe, but I'm going to use mine on the stairs. I think there's nothing nicer than walking into the hall and seeing it looking all Christmassy, and this garland, which I'll wrap with white fairy lights, will look really festive. So the first thing you need to do is measure it to see how long you need to make it. Take a piece of ivy, which is the same length as the entire length of the garland you want to make. Now I'm using plastic ivy. I'm doing like a hybrid scheme here, so we've got some fake foliage and some real foliage, but if you've got ivy of this length in your garden, then you'd be better off using that, but we haven't, so I'm going to use fake. The first thing you need to do is attach the end of the ivy to the fairy lights, and to do that I'm just going to use a piece of florist's wire. Now I've cut these wires up into probably about 10 centimetre long pieces, and you just wind it round. It doesn't have to be too neat, it's just basically to get that ivy and those lights sitting together. So now I've tied in all of the lights to the ivy, the next thing to do is to start layering it up and thickening it. And I'm going to use this French ruscus, which I bought from a florist this morning, but you could use any kind of evergreen foliage that you've got in your garden. My garden's quite newly planted, so it's not got loads of foliage left at the moment. I did, however, pick this eucalyptus out of the garden. Eucalyptus, it smells amazing, and it's really good. It's really got a nice glossy, glaucous-y kind of leaf, and it just kind of lifts it, almost looks like it's dappled in snow. So the next thing to do is to take a piece of green foliage, and with the end piece, just remove this first section because we don't want that bit of stalk. It's okay to leave the stalk on the rest, but on this first piece I don't want it. And so we're going to work from either end towards the middle if you're doing a fireplace garland, but because I'm doing it for the staircase, I'm going to lay it all in one direction because I think it'll look nice as it flows down the stairs. It's the same principle as with the ivy. You just need to take a piece and tie it in. So I'm going to tie the first piece into the end, and I'm tucking that cut piece just behind that ivy leaf. We tie that in. This wire is proper florist wire, again from the florist shop. We use it because it's quite discreet, it's a green colour, but if you can't get to a florist supplier or you've not got one near you, you can go to a garden centre and get some green twine. So take that first piece and I'm just going to wrap it around like so. And already you can see that combination between the silky ivy and the smaller leaves of the ruscus just make it look great. So I'm holding that position, that end piece, and then I'm going to go in with a second piece. Now I'm doing it like this because I don't like tying them in. So I'm going to tie in everything all at once. So I'm tying in the piece that I've just put in with the piece I put in at first, all around the ivy, and also the lights. Now this wire is quite sharp on the ends, especially at the end that I've cut it. So do be careful with the ends of your fingers because it can spike you, but it's too difficult to do this job with gloves on, and it's quite nice to feel the foliage. I would say as well that be careful of those cut ends on your banister because it can scrape the paint off them. Okay, so I tie that next piece in, and if it squashes any of the ivy leaves, you can just kind of work your way around like that. You really don't need much. It's quite surprising how little you need actually. I've probably got about £5 worth of this ruscus here. The ivy, the plastic ivy, was about £5, and again so was the lights. So I'm thinking for about £15 you can have this beautiful arrangement, which I'm sure if you bought it fresh it would cost a lot more. You could do this for virtually no cost at all apart from the lights if you've got all the foliage from your own garden. There's something nice about collecting foliage from your garden and then bringing it into the house, drying it off and making some Christmas decorations. So again, just twisting that round. And you just need to keep layering it up until you get to the end. Now I'm going to use the eucalyptus slightly differently. I'm going to take a lot of these small pieces from the end of the stems, and this is a great way to use up pieces of plant that you maybe have left over, and then just wire together maybe about 5 pieces. Might just need to strip the foliage off the bottom there just to help you out, and wire those together. So you need to leave a little bit of wire at the bottom, but then you can just tie it. It doesn't have to go all the way around because it's not going to be that heavy. So you can just tie it in there. Because with the eucalyptus, you don't want loads of these big pieces. You just want some smaller details. Now if you find that this area looks a little bit bare where you've started, you can always use a piece of eucalyptus, and instead of that way around, lay it that way. It will just cover the gaps and just finish that off nicely. And so finally secure it into position using some string. And if it looks a bit bare in patches or doesn't quite fit right, that's the nice thing about making your own. You can add some more foliage into the bare patches and just make it as full or as Scandi style as you like. Until next time, have a great Christmas. Bye bye.